Manhattan, Upper East Side, 6 a.m. Marcus walked to his black Bentley like he did every morning. His new driver was already there waiting. The man called Devon had been working for him for 8 months now. Best driver he ever had. Always early, never late, never asked for extra money, never complained. But this morning, something was different. Marcus noticed Devon's jacket was torn at the shoulder, and through that tear, he saw something that made his blood run cold. Not the shoulder of a man, the shoulder of a woman. "Devon," Marcus said slowly, "we need to talk now." And in that moment, a secret that had been hidden for 8 months was about to explode because Devon was not Devon at all. Devon was destiny. And the truth of why she had been pretending to be a man for over half a year would shock everyone. But before I tell you this shocking story, do me one favor. If you enjoy powerful moral stories like this, stories about courage, survival, and love, please subscribe to my channel right now. I create these inspiring stories every week, and you don't want to miss what happens next. Hit that subscribe button. All right, let's go back to where this incredible journey began. 8 months earlier, Mrs. Catherine Williams sat in her Park Avenue penthouse living room interviewing drivers. She was 68 years old, a wealthy widow, and she needed a driver for her son, Marcus. Marcus was 42 years old. He owned 3 tech companies. He was a billionaire, single, and too busy to drive himself. 10 drivers had come for the interview, all men. Mrs. Catherine had rejected them all. Too arrogant, too sloppy, too unreliable, too reckless with the car. Then Devon walked in. "Good morning, ma'am," the young man said. He was short, maybe 5 feet 6 inches, slim, neat, wearing a clean white button-down and black pants. A black baseball cap covered most of the face. "Your name?" Mrs. Catherine asked. "Devon, ma'am. Devon Carter. Age 27, ma'am. 4 years driving experience for a family in Brooklyn, ma'am. They moved to London. That's why I need new work." Mrs. Catherine looked at this small young man. Something felt different about him. The voice was soft. The hands were small. The movements were gentle. "Can you drive well?" "Yes, ma'am. Very well." "Can you fix basic car problems?" "Yes, ma'am. I learned from my father. He was a mechanic." "Can you work long hours without complaining?" "Yes, ma'am. I just need the job. I will work hard." Mrs. Catherine studied him. There was something unusual about this Devon, but she could not say what it was. "The salary is $5,500 a month," she said. "You will drive my son Marcus everywhere. Sometimes early morning, sometimes late night, sometimes weekends. Can you do this?" "Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am." "You start tomorrow, 6 a.m. Do not be late." "I'll be early, ma'am." And Devon was telling the truth. The next morning, Devon arrived at 5:30 a.m. The black Bentley was already washed and shining. When Marcus came out at 6 a.m., the car was perfect. The engine was running. The AC was on. Everything was ready. "You're the new driver?" Marcus asked. "Yes, sir. My name is Devon." Marcus looked at the small young man. "You look very young." "I'm 27, sir, but I drive very well. You'll see." Marcus got into the back seat. "Let me see then. Take me to my office in Midtown." What happened next surprised Marcus. Devon drove like a professional. Smooth, careful, fast when the road was clear, slow when there was traffic. No rough braking, no sharp turning. Perfect. When they arrived at the office, Marcus said, "You drive very well." "Thank you, sir." "Do you have a place to stay?" Devon hesitated. "Yes, sir." "Where?" "I stay with a friend in the Bronx, sir." "That's very far. What time do you wake up to get here by 5:30? "I wake at 3 a.m., sir. I take the subway, then I walk. It's not a problem." Marcus looked at this young driver, waking at 3 a.m. every day, walking in the dark just to arrive early. "The apartment above the garage is empty," Marcus said. "You can stay there rent-free. It will make your work easier." Devon's eyes went wide. "Sir, The studio apartment. It has a bed and bathroom. You can live there. It's part of your job." Devon looked down. "Sir, that's very kind, but I don't want to be a problem." It's not a problem. It's business. If you live here, you can start work earlier and you won't be tired from traveling. Move in this weekend. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Marcus did not know it, but he had just given Destiny the one thing she needed most, a safe place to hide. Devon moved into the garage apartment that Saturday. The room was small but clean. Single bed, small bathroom, one window, one door with a lock. Perfect, because Devon had a secret to protect. That night, after everyone in the main house was asleep, Devon locked the door, took off the cap, let down the long black hair that had been tied up tight, removed the shirt stuffed with cloth to look bigger, removed the compression vest wrapped around the chest to hide breasts, and Devon became Destiny again. Destiny was 27 years old. She was not short, she was average height for a woman. She was not skinny, she was slim and feminine. Her face was pretty, her voice was naturally soft. But for 8 months, she had been pretending to be a man. Why? Because no one would hire a woman driver. Destiny had tried. For 14 months, she had tried. We need a male driver. We don't hire women for driving. Women can't handle New York traffic. Women aren't strong enough for this job. Women will cause problems. Every door closed. Every interview ended the same way. Her father had died 4 years ago. Her mother was sick in Atlanta. Her 2 younger sisters needed college tuition. Destiny needed money desperately. So she made a decision. If they wouldn't hire Destiny the woman, they would hire Devon the man. She cut her hair short. She bought men's clothes from thrift stores. She learned to walk like a man. Wider steps, shoulders back. She learned to talk like a man. Deeper voice, fewer words. She wore a compression vest to flatten her chest. Every morning she wore a cap to hide her face. And it worked. Mrs. Catherine hired Devon. And for 8 months, Destiny had lived this double life. By day, Devon the driver, cap on, chest bound, voice deep, walking like a man. By night, Destiny the woman in this locked apartment, hair down, body free, but always hiding. She sent $4,200 home every month. Her mother got medicine. Her sisters stayed in college. But the fear never left. What if someone found out? What if they discovered her secret? She would lose everything. 4 months passed. Devon became the best driver Marcus ever had. Always early, always prepared. The car was always clean, always on time, never complained, never asked for extra money. More than that, Devon was smart. One day, the car had a small engine problem on the highway. Devon fixed it in 15 minutes. Marcus was impressed. Another day, Marcus was going to a meeting and forgot his phone at home. Devon reminded him before they drove away. Another time, Marcus was exhausted and fell asleep in the car. Devon drove so smoothly that Marcus slept all the way home without waking. Marcus's mother, Mrs. Catherine, was also impressed. "This Devon is a good young man," she told Marcus. "Not like the other drivers we had. Those ones were always asking for money, always complaining, always causing problems, but Devon just works quietly." "Yes," Marcus agreed. "He's very good. And he's respectful. Every morning he greets me. Every evening he asks if I need anything. He even helped the maintenance man fix the security gate 2 weeks ago." Marcus nodded. Devon was indeed different. But Marcus noticed something else. Devon never ate with the other staff members, never joined them when they sat outside talking and laughing, never went out with them on Sundays, always alone, always in that locked apartment. One day, Marcus asked, "Devon, why do you always stay alone? The other staff say you never talk to them." Devon kept his eyes down. "Sir, I just like to be quiet. I'm not good with many people." "Do you have family?" "Yes, sir. My mother and 2 sisters. They're in Atlanta." "Do you have a girlfriend?" Devon's hands tightened on the steering wheel. "No, sir." "Why not? You're 27. Young men your age have girlfriends." "I don't have time for that, sir. I just want to work and help my family." Marcus left it alone. But he wondered. This young man was strange. Good worker, yes, but strange. Living as Devon was getting harder. Every morning, Destiny had to wake up at 4 a.m. to prepare. She would wrap her chest with the compression vest so tight it hurt. She would put on layers of clothes to hide her shape. She would stuff cloth into her shirt to look bigger. She would speak with a deeper voice all day until her throat was sore. And she could never relax, never take off the cap in front of anyone, never let anyone see her apartment, never shower with the other workers, never let her guard down. There were close calls. One day, the housekeeper, Miss Gloria, saw Devon carrying something into the apartment. "Devon, what is that?" she asked. It was a woman's silk scarf. Destiny needed it for her hair at night, but she could not say that. "It's for my sister, ma'am. I'm sending it to Atlanta." Miss Gloria looked suspicious, but said nothing. Another day, Marcus wanted to enter the apartment to check something. "Devon, open your door. I think there's a water leak from your bathroom affecting the wall." Destiny's heart almost stopped. Inside the apartment were women's clothes hanging to dry, female shampoo, a mirror, things that would expose her immediately. "Sir, please give me 10 minutes. The place is very messy. Let me clean it first." She rushed inside, hid everything, opened all the windows, threw male clothes everywhere to look messy. When Marcus entered, he looked around. "It's fine. I don't see any leak. Maybe it was a different wall." Destiny almost collapsed from fear after he left. But the closest call was with Taylor. Taylor was Marcus's younger sister. She was 35 years old. She was a corporate lawyer, smart, observant, and she didn't like Devon. "Brother, I don't trust that driver," she told Marcus one day. "What? Why? Devon is the best driver I've ever had." "Something's not right about him." "Like what?" "I don't know. He's too soft. His voice, his hands, the way he moves." Marcus laughed. "Taylor, not every man has to be rough and loud. Some men are just gentle." "It's not that. I'm telling you something is wrong. Watch him closely." Marcus didn't take her seriously, but Taylor started watching Devon herself. She noticed things. Devon never used the bathroom when other people were around. Always waited until everyone left. Devon never removed his cap, even in hot weather. Devon's hands were too smooth, too small. No rough skin like men who work with cars usually have. Devon walked carefully, too carefully, like someone afraid of being noticed. One day, Taylor decided to test Devon. "Devon," she called. "Yes, ma'am." Devon came quickly. "Carry these boxes upstairs for me." The boxes were heavy, full of law books, maybe 45 pounds each. Devon picked them up, struggled, but carried them. When Devon put them down, Taylor saw something. Sweat on Devon's face, and the shirt wet from sweat was sticking to the body, and the shape underneath the shirt was wrong. Too curved, too soft. Taylor's eyes went wide. But she said nothing. Not yet. She needed proof. 8 months after Devon started working, Marcus had to travel to Boston for a 3-day business conference. "Devon, pack a bag. We're traveling tomorrow. We'll be away for 3 days." Destiny's heart sank. Travel for 3 days? That meant staying in hotels, being around Marcus constantly. How would she hide for 72 hours? "Sir, can I stay here? You can rent a car in Boston?" Marcus looked surprised. "Why? I need my own driver. You know how I like things done." I've never traveled before, sir." "Then this is a good time to start. We leave at 6 a.m. tomorrow." Destiny had no choice. That night, she packed carefully. Extra compression vests. Extra clothes. She would have to shower late at night when Marcus was asleep. She would have to be very careful. The trip to Boston was fine. The meetings were fine. They stayed in a luxury hotel. Marcus had his suite. Devon had a separate smaller room on a different floor. Everything was going well until the second night. Destiny was in her hotel room. It was 11:30 p.m. Marcus was asleep in his suite 3 floors up. Finally, she could breathe. She removed her cap, let her long black hair down, took off the painful compression vest, put on a simple tank top. She went to the bathroom to shower. While she was in the shower, there was a knock on the door. Then the door opened. Marcus had a spare key to both rooms. He thought Devon had already gone out or was asleep. He just wanted to leave Devon's $200 per diem cash on the table. He opened the door with his key. He walked into the room and he saw them. On the bed, a cap, men's clothes, and a compression vest. On the chair, a small bag, and inside, visible through the open zipper, women's clothes, a woman's bra, female toiletries. Marcus stood there, frozen. What was he seeing? Then he heard the shower stop. The bathroom door opened, and out walked not Devon. Out walked a woman. Long black hair wet and hanging down her back, female tank top, feminine face without the cap hiding it, slim woman's body without the vest hiding it. Destiny saw Marcus. Marcus saw Destiny. For 10 seconds, neither of them moved. Then Destiny's face went completely white. "Sir, I please." Her voice was different now, higher, softer, a woman's voice. Marcus could not speak. His brain could not process what he was seeing. This was Devon, his driver, his male driver. But standing in front of him was clearly a woman. "Who are you?" Marcus finally said. Destiny started crying. "Sir, please, please don't fire me. Please, I can explain." "Who are you?" Marcus said again, louder. "My name is Destiny," she said, tears running down her face. "Not Devon. Destiny." Marcus sat down on the chair, his legs weak. "You're a woman?" "Yes, sir." "You've been pretending to be a man for 8 months?" "Yes, sir." "Why?" And then standing there in that hotel room with her secret finally exposed, Destiny told him everything. Destiny told Marcus everything, and she didn't leave anything out. "My father died 4 years ago," she began. "He was a mechanic in Brooklyn. He taught me everything about cars, how to drive, how to fix engines, how to diagnose problems, everything. When he died, he left us with nothing, just $47,000 in medical bills. My mother got sick, type 2 diabetes. My 2 younger sisters were in college. I had to take care of everyone." She wiped her tears, but they kept coming. "I have an associate degree in business administration, but no one would hire me for good work. They said I was too young, not enough experience. I tried to get driving jobs. I'm an excellent driver. My father trained me well, but every place I went, they said the same thing. We need a male driver. Women can't handle Manhattan traffic. Women will cause problems. For 14 months, I tried. 14 months, sir. Every single day, every interview, every door slammed in my face. My mother's condition got worse. She needed insulin twice a day at $380 per month. My sisters needed tuition, $18,000 per year each. We were about to get evicted from our apartment in Queens because we couldn't pay $1,850 rent. I was desperate, sir. Completely desperate." She looked at Marcus, her eyes begging him to understand. "So I made a decision. If they wouldn't hire Destiny the woman, I would become Devon the man. I cut my hair. I bought men's clothes from Goodwill. I practiced walking like a man, talking like a man. I watched YouTube videos. I studied how men move, how they sit, how they speak. And I came to your mother's interview and she hired me." Destiny's voice dropped to a whisper. "For 8 months, I've been living like this. Every morning I bind my chest so tight I can barely breathe. I wear caps to hide my face. I make my voice deep until my throat hurts. I can't relax, not even for 1 second. Because if anyone finds out, I lose everything. The $5,500 you pay me, $4,200 goes to my family. My mother gets insulin. My sisters are still in school. We kept our apartment. They're alive because of this job. But I'm tired, sir. So tired. Tired of hiding. Tired of pretending. Tired of living in constant fear." She knelt down in front of Marcus, crying. "Sir, I'm begging you. Please don't fire me. Please, not because of me, because of my mother, because of my sisters. They will suffer if I lose this job. Please, sir, I'll do anything. I'll work harder. I'll take less money. Just please let me keep this job." Marcus sat there looking at this woman kneeling in front of him. His mind was spinning. For 8 months, he thought Devon was a man, a good worker, a loyal employee. But Devon was Destiny, a woman who had been pretending, suffering, hiding every single day just to feed her family. The compression vest he saw on the bed. She had been binding her body in pain every day for 8 months. The locked apartment, she was hiding, protecting her secret. Never eating with others. She couldn't risk anyone discovering her truth. The 4 a.m. wake-up time to prepare her disguise before anyone saw her. 8 months of fear, 8 months of pain, 8 months of courage just to survive. Marcus finally spoke. "Stand up." "Sir, please." "I said stand up." Destiny stood, her whole body shaking. Marcus looked at her, really looked at her, not as Devon the driver, but as Destiny the woman. She was beautiful, not glamorous like a model, but beautiful in a natural way. Simple, honest face. And her eyes. Her eyes showed everything. Fear, desperation, but also strength, courage, determination. "Why didn't you just tell the truth?" Marcus asked. "Why didn't you explain your situation? Maybe someone would have helped you." Destiny laughed sadly. "Sir, with respect, you don't understand. When you're poor, nobody wants to hear your problems. They think you're begging. They think you want to use them. If I came to your mother and said, 'Please hire me as a female driver. My family is suffering,' what would she say? She would feel sorry for me. Maybe give me $200 and send me away. But hire me? No. Nobody hires poor women out of pity. I didn't want pity, sir. I wanted work, real work. I wanted to earn my money honestly, not beg for it." Marcus was quiet for a long time. Then he said something Destiny didn't expect. "Go and sleep. We'll talk tomorrow. I need to think." "Sir, are you going to fire me?" "I said we'll talk tomorrow. Now go to sleep." Destiny went back to her room, but she didn't sleep. She cried all night. Tomorrow her secret would be exposed. Tomorrow she would lose everything. Tomorrow her family would suffer again. Marcus didn't sleep either. He lay in his bed staring at the ceiling, thinking about everything. 8 months. This woman, Destiny, had been driving him every day. And he never knew. She was good, better than good. She was the best driver he ever had. Always on time, always prepared, smart, hard-working, honest. And all that time she was carrying this huge secret, this huge burden, this huge risk. What kind of desperation makes a woman pretend to be a man for 8 months? What kind of strength does it take to wake up every day in pain, in fear, and still do excellent work? Marcus thought about his sister, Taylor. Taylor was a lawyer. She was strong. She was educated. She had money. She had freedom. But would Taylor have the courage to do what Destiny did? Would any of the women Marcus knew have that courage to cut their hair, dress as a man, bind their bodies in pain, hide every day, risk everything just to feed their family? Marcus realized something. He was 42 years old. He had been wealthy his whole life. His father left him $15 million. His mother gave him businesses. He never had to struggle, never had to beg, never had to hide who he was just to survive. But Destiny had to become someone else just to have a chance. And she did it perfectly. For 8 months, he never suspected anything. That took intelligence, planning, discipline, courage, the same qualities he looked for in business partners, the same qualities he looked for in executives. And she had them all. By morning, Marcus had made his decision. The next morning, Marcus knocked on Destiny's door at 7 a.m. She opened it. She was dressed as Devon again. Cap on, chest bound, eyes red from crying. "Come to my room," Marcus said. "We need to talk." Destiny followed him, her heart pounding. In Marcus's suite, he closed the door and sat down. "Sit," he said. Destiny sat. Marcus looked at her for a long time. Then he said, "Take off the cap." Destiny hesitated. "Take it off. There's no need to pretend anymore. I know the truth." Slowly, Destiny removed the cap. Her short hair, still boyish from the cut, fell free. "What's your full name?" "Destiny Nicole Carter, sir." "How old are you, really?" 27, sir. That part was true." "Where do you really live? Your real home?" "Queens, sir. Astoria. I share a 2-bedroom apartment with my mother and 2 sisters. We pay $1,850 a month rent. The friend you said you stayed with, that was a lie, sir." "I'm sorry." Marcus nodded. "How is your mother's health?" She has type 2 diabetes, sir. She needs insulin twice a day. It costs $380 per month. Without it, she will die. Your sisters? Jasmine is 22. She's a junior at CUNY majoring in nursing. Maya is 20. She's a sophomore at Queens College majoring in education. Their tuition is $18,000 each per year. Sir. Marcus did the math in his head. Insulin $380 per month. Tuition $36,000 per year total for both girls. Rent $1,850 per month. On $5,500 per month salary with $4,200 going home. Destiny was living on $1,300 per month. That was about $43 per day for food, for transport, for everything. What do you eat every day? Marcus asked. Destiny looked down. In the morning, bagel and coffee. That's $4. For lunch, I skip or eat leftovers. For dinner, I cook pasta or rice in my room. That's $8. Sometimes I don't eat at all. $12 per day for food. Yes, sir. Sometimes less. Marcus felt something in his chest. Shame. Guilt. He spent more on one business lunch than Destiny spent on food for an entire week. Why did you choose to be a driver? He asked. Why not a housekeeper or a server? Those jobs accept women. Sir, a housekeeper gets $2,200 per month. A server gets $2,800 per month with tips. A driver gets $5,500 per month. I needed the higher pay. It was the only way to help my family and still have something for myself. And you were willing to pretend to be a man to get it? Sir, Destiny looked him in the eye. I was willing to do anything honest to save my family. I didn't steal, I didn't beg, I didn't sell my body. I just changed my appearance. Is that so wrong? Marcus had no answer. After a long silence, he spoke. Here's what's going to happen. Today we go back to New York. Tomorrow you will continue working, but not as Devon, as Destiny. Destiny's eyes went wide. Sir, you will continue as my driver, but as a woman. No more hiding, no more pretending. You will dress like yourself. You will be yourself. But sir, people will... Let them talk, Marcus said firmly. I don't care what people think. You've proven you can do the job. That's all that matters. Your mother will not accept. My mother hired you because you were good. You're still good. Man or woman doesn't change that. Sir, I don't know what to say. Your salary will increase to $7,500 per month. Destiny's mouth fell open. Sir? You've been doing the work of a driver and hiding your identity. That's 2 jobs. You deserve more pay. And you need to take better care of yourself. You can't live on $43 a day. Tears started falling from Destiny's eyes again, but this time they were not tears of fear. They were tears of relief. Sir, thank you. Thank you so much. Stop thanking me, James said. You earned it with your work, your dedication, your honesty. You earned every cent. He stood up. Now go remove all those binding vests. Remove that cap. Put on women's clothes if you have them. Tomorrow you report for work as Destiny, not as Devon. Yes, sir, Destiny said, crying and smiling at the same time. Yes, sir. When Marcus and Destiny returned to New York, Marcus called a family meeting. His mother, Mrs. Catherine, was there. His sister, Taylor, was there. Some cousins and business associates were there. I have something to tell you all, Marcus said. Devon is not Devon. Devon is Destiny, a woman. She's been pretending to be a man for the past 8 months. The room exploded. What? A woman? You mean we've been living with a woman pretending to be a man? Mrs. Catherine stood up, her face red with anger. Marcus, you've lost your mind. How can you allow this? Mama, let me explain. Explain what? This is deception. A lie. We trusted this person. We let this person into our home, and all along it was a woman lying to us. She had a reason. I don't care about reasons, Mrs. Catherine shouted. This is wrong. Fire her immediately. Taylor stood up. I knew it. I told you something was wrong with that driver. I told you. The cousins and associates were shouting. This is a disgrace. What will people say? Fire her now. Marcus raised his hand for silence. I'm not firing her. The room went quiet. What did you say? Mrs. Catherine said slowly. I said I'm not firing her. Destiny will continue working for me as my driver, as a woman. Marcus, have you lost your mind? No, Mama. I've found it. He told them everything. Destiny's father dying, her mother's diabetes, her 2 sisters in college, her 14 months of rejection, her desperate decision, her 8 months of pain and fear. She didn't do this for fun, Marcus said. She did this to survive, to feed her family, and she did the job better than any male driver I've ever had. But she lied, Mrs. Catherine said. Yes. She lied because society left her no choice, because the same people shouting now would have rejected her immediately if she came as a woman. Marcus looked around the room. Tell me the truth. If Destiny had come to that interview 8 months ago as a woman, dressed as a woman, would you have hired her, Mama? Mrs. Catherine opened her mouth, then closed it because she knew the answer. No, she would not have hired her. That's what I thought, Marcus said. So don't be angry at her for lying. Be angry at yourselves for creating a world where she had to lie just to work. But Marcus, what will people say? Taylor asked. What will your business partners say when they see you have a female driver? I don't care what they say. She does her job well. That's all that matters. This is insane, one of the cousins shouted. You're embarrassing this family. No, Marcus said firmly. You're embarrassing yourselves. Destiny showed more courage in 8 months than any of you have shown in your entire lives, and I'm keeping her. This discussion is over. He walked out of the room. Behind him, the family was shocked into silence. The next morning, Destiny arrived for work at 5:30 a.m. But she did not come as Devon. She came as herself. She wore a simple navy blue blouse and black pants. Women's clothes, but professional. Her hair, still short from the cut, was neat. No cap, no binding, no disguise, just Destiny. The security guard saw her and his eyes went wide. Devon, you're a woman. My name is Destiny, she said calmly. Good morning. The housekeeper, Miss Gloria, came outside and gasped. Lord have mercy. Devon is a woman. I knew something was strange. Mrs. Catherine came outside. She looked at Destiny for a long time. Then she said, You deceived me. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. You made me look foolish. That was not my intention, ma'am. Mrs. Catherine wanted to be angry. She wanted to shout. But when she looked at this young woman standing there, shoulders back, head high, not begging, not crying, just standing with dignity, she saw something. Strength. Courage. The same strength she herself had when she was young and fighting to build a life after her husband died. Can you still drive? Mrs. Catherine asked. Yes, ma'am. Then do your job. And just like that, Mrs. Catherine walked back into the house. Destiny almost collapsed with relief. When Marcus came out at 6 a.m., he saw Destiny in her women's clothes. Good morning, sir, she said. He smiled. Good morning, Destiny. It was the first time he said her real name in front of everyone, and it felt right. The first few weeks were hard. Other drivers in the neighborhood laughed at Marcus. You hired a woman driver? What's wrong with you? Business partners made jokes. Marcus, are you so poor now you can't afford a male driver? Some of Marcus's friends stopped talking to him. They said he was embarrassing himself, but Marcus didn't care, and Destiny proved them all wrong. Every day she drove perfectly. Every meeting she arrived on time. Every errand she completed without mistakes. More than that, she started showing other skills. One day, Marcus was having trouble with his Mercedes SUV. The engine was making a strange sound. The mechanic said it would cost $2,800 to fix. Sir, let me check it first, Destiny said. She opened the hood. She worked for 45 minutes. She fixed it. The problem? A loose serpentine belt and a dirty air filter. Cost to fix? $0. Marcus was amazed. Another time, Marcus had a meeting in the Hamptons. He was running late. Traffic on the LIE was terrible. Sir, I know a shortcut, Destiny said. She took a route through back roads Marcus never knew existed. They arrived 20 minutes early. Another time, Marcus left important contracts at home. Destiny noticed before they got to the office. She drove back, got them, and returned. Marcus didn't miss his meeting. Slowly, people started to notice. This woman driver was not just good, she was exceptional. Marcus's friends started asking, "Where did you find her? Can you get me one too?" His business partners stopped making jokes and started asking questions. "Is it true she fixed your Mercedes herself?" Even Mrs. Catherine started to soften. "This Destiny," she said to Marcus one day, "she's not just a driver, she's a professional." Marcus smiled. "I know, Mama." 6 months after Destiny's secret was revealed, something changed. Marcus started to notice things about Destiny. The way she smiled when she saw children playing in the park. The way she hummed old R&B songs quietly when she thought no one was listening. The way she always asked Miss Gloria and the security guard how their families were doing. The way she saved her extra money to buy textbooks for her sisters. The way she never complained even when work was exhausting. The way her eyes lit up when she talked about her family. Marcus found himself thinking about her, not as a driver, not as an employee, as a woman. And that scared him because Destiny was his driver. She was 15 years younger than him. She came from poverty while he came from wealth. What would people say? But the more he tried not to think about her, the more he did. One day, Marcus's friend Jonathan came to visit. "Marcus, I heard about your female driver. I came to see this phenomenon for myself." Destiny drove them to lunch in Soho. When she was parking, Jonathan watched her carefully. After she left to wait by the car, Jonathan said, "Marcus, that woman is special. I know she's a good driver. I'm not talking about driving. I'm talking about her character. I watched her. The way she moves, the way she speaks, the way she carries herself, she has something rare." "What?" "Dignity. Real dignity. Not the fake pride that wealthy people have. Real dignity. The kind that comes from suffering and surviving and still choosing to be good." Marcus knew Jonathan was right. "Be careful, my friend," Jonathan said. "A woman like that, she can make you forget everything else." Marcus laughed uncomfortably. "She's just my driver." Jonathan looked at him with a knowing smile. "Keep telling yourself that." 4 months later, everything came to a head. Destiny's mother got very sick. The diabetes was getting worse. She needed a pancreas transplant. The cost, $275,000. Destiny didn't tell Marcus. She tried to handle it alone. She borrowed from friends. She borrowed from neighbors. She applied for medical loans. She saved every cent. But she could only raise $89,000. The hospital needed the money within 3 weeks, or her mother would be moved to the bottom of the transplant list. One day, Marcus noticed Destiny was crying in the car while waiting for him outside his office. He got in the back seat. "Destiny, what's wrong?" "Nothing, sir." "I'm fine." "You're crying. That's not fine. Tell me." Destiny told him about her mother, about the transplant, about the money she didn't have, about the 3-week deadline. Marcus was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "How much do you need?" "Sir, I'm not asking you for money." "I didn't ask if you were asking. I asked how much you need." $186,000 more, sir, but I will find a way." "Give me your bank account information." "Sir." "Destiny, give me your bank account information now." She gave it to him. That afternoon, $275,000 appeared in her account, the full amount for the transplant. Destiny called him at 8 p.m., crying. "Sir, this is too much. I cannot accept this." "It's not a gift," Marcus said. "It's a loan. You'll pay me back slowly from your salary, $500 per month, no interest." "Sir, at that rate, it will take me more than 45 years to pay back." "Then you'll work for me for 45 more years. I don't see a problem." Destiny was crying so hard she could barely speak. "Sir, why are you so kind to me?" Marcus was quiet for a long time. Then he said something that surprised even himself. "Because you matter to me." "Sir, you matter to me, Destiny, more than you know." He hung up before he said something more. Destiny's mother had the transplant 2 weeks later. It was successful. She was recovering well in the hospital. 5 months later, Destiny came to work one morning with something on her mind. "Sir," she said as she drove him to the office, "I need to tell you something." "What is it?" "I need to leave this job." Marcus felt like someone punched him in the stomach. "What? Why?" "Sir, I've been thinking. I've saved some money now. My mother is better. My sisters are doing well. Both of them will graduate next year. I think it's time for me to start my own business. Maybe a small auto repair shop. Something I can grow." Marcus should have been happy for her. This was good news. She was moving forward with her life, but all he felt was panic. "When?" he managed to say. "In 6 weeks, sir. I'll find a replacement for you. I'll train him well." "No." "Sir?" "I said no. You cannot leave." Destiny looked confused. "Sir, I don't understand. I thought you would be happy for me." "How can I be happy when the woman I love is leaving?" The words came out before Marcus could stop them. Destiny slammed on the brakes. They were on 5th Avenue. Cars honked behind them. She pulled over to the side, put the car in park, and turned around to face him, her eyes wide. "Sir, what did you say?" Marcus closed his eyes. There was no going back now. "I said I love you, Destiny. I have loved you for months now, and I didn't know how to tell you, but now you're leaving, and I cannot let you go without telling you the truth." Destiny could not speak, could not move, could not breathe. Marcus continued, his voice shaking. "I know this is crazy. I know I'm your boss. I know I'm 15 years older than you. I know I'm a billionaire and you come from different circumstances. I know people will talk. I know my family will say I'm making a mistake. But I don't care. I have watched you for more than a year now. I have seen your strength, your courage, your kindness, your intelligence. I have seen how you love your family, how you work hard, how you never give up. You are the most real person I have ever met. And I love you. I love everything about you." He looked at her, his eyes begging. "So please don't leave. Or if you must leave, leave as my wife." Destiny's tears started falling. "Sir, I don't know what to say." "Say yes." "Sir, this is not possible. Your family, I don't care about my family. Your friends, your business partners, I don't care about them either. People will say you married me because you pity me, because you feel guilty. I don't pity you, Destiny. I admire you. I respect you. I love you." He reached forward and took her hand. "You came into my life pretending to be someone else, but in the process, you showed me who you really are. And who you really are is the woman I want to spend my life with." Destiny was crying so hard she could barely see. "But sir, I'm just a driver. I have nothing. No degree, no money, nothing to bring to you. You have everything I need. You have yourself." "Marcus," she whispered. It was the first time she ever called him by his name. "Say yes, Destiny. Please, say yes." She looked at this man. This billionaire, powerful, kind man who was begging her to marry him. 14 months ago, she was pretending to be a man, afraid of being discovered, living on $43 a day. Now she was sitting here as herself, fully herself, and being loved for exactly who she was. "Yes," she whispered. "What?" "Yes," she said louder, laughing and crying at the same time. "Yes, I will marry you." Marcus opened the back door, got out, opened the driver's door, pulled her out of the car, and held her like he would never let go. Right there on 5th Avenue, with cars honking and people staring, they held each other and cried. 2 years after that conversation, Destiny and Marcus were married. The wedding was at the Plaza Hotel. Over 300 guests attended. Mrs. Catherine, who had completely changed her mind about Destiny, cried during the entire ceremony. Taylor, Marcus's sister, was the maid of honor. She and Destiny had become best friends. Destiny's mother, healthy and strong after her transplant, sat in the front row crying with joy. Her 2 sisters, Jasmine and Maya, both in their graduation gowns, they had graduated 3 weeks earlier, sat next to their mother, crying and smiling. But the most special moment was when Destiny and Marcus arrived at the reception. Destiny was wearing a $45,000 Vera Wang wedding dress. But before she sat down, she did something that made everyone gasp. She changed into a driver's uniform, the same type of uniform Devon used to wear, black pants, white shirt, black cap, and she said to the crowd, "Many of you know my story, how I pretended to be a man to get work, how I hid who I was just to survive. Some of you judged me. Some of you said I was wrong. Some of you said I was a liar and a fraud. But I want to tell you something. I am not ashamed of what I did. Not anymore. I did what I had to do to save my family. I wasn't stealing. I wasn't begging. I was working. Honestly working. This uniform represents the hardest thing I ever did and also my greatest achievement, because wearing this uniform, living as Devon, taught me something. It taught me that I am strong, stronger than I ever knew. It taught me that I can survive anything. And it taught me that the right person will love you, not despite your struggles, but because of how you handled them." She looked at Marcus, tears in her eyes. "My husband didn't fall in love with Destiny, the woman. He fell in love with Devon, the driver, because Devon was me, my courage, my strength, my heart. And when he discovered the truth, he didn't reject me. He accepted me, all of me." She turned back to the crowd. "So to every woman here who has ever hidden who you are just to survive, I see you. To every woman who has ever pretended to be something else just to get a chance, I see you. To every woman who has ever been rejected just because of your gender, I see you. Do not be ashamed. Do what you must do. Survive, fight, win. And one day, someone will see you, really see you, and they will love you not despite your struggles, but because of them." The crowd stood up and cheered for 3 minutes straight. Destiny removed the uniform, returned to her white dress, and sat next to her husband. "That was beautiful," Marcus whispered. "It was the truth," Destiny said. 3 years later, Destiny opened the first driving school in New York City specifically for training women professional drivers. She called it Devon's Dream Driving Academy. She trained over 500 women in the first 2 years. She helped them get jobs with wealthy families, corporations, and private clients. She helped them start their own driving services. She gave scholarships to women who couldn't afford the $3,200 training fee. Marcus supported her fully. He gave her $850,000 to start the business. He gave her a 5,000 square foot facility in Long Island City. He gave her everything she needed. But more than money, he gave her something else. He gave her the freedom to be herself, to use her story to help others, to turn her pain into purpose. And that, Destiny knew, was the greatest gift of all. On the 3rd anniversary of Devon's Dream Driving Academy, they had trained and placed 1,247 women in professional driving jobs. The average salary for graduates was $62,000 per year. Destiny stood in front of her new class of 47 women and said, "You are not here to learn how to drive. You already know how to drive. You are here to learn how to break down every door that was closed to you. You are here to learn that you don't have to pretend to be a man to succeed in a man's world. You just have to be excellent. And you are here to learn that your struggles don't define you, how you overcome them does." The women cheered. That night, Marcus and Destiny sat on their penthouse balcony overlooking Central Park. "Do you ever regret it?" Marcus asked. "Regret what?" "Those 8 months. Living as Devon, the pain, the fear, the hiding." Destiny was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "No, not for 1 second, because those 8 months made me who I am. They taught me I could do anything, and they brought me to you." Marcus held her hand. "I love you, Destiny Nicole Carter Williams." "I love you too, Marcus. Sometimes you have to hide who you are to survive, but the right person will love you not despite your disguise, but because of the courage it took to wear it. Never be ashamed of what you did to survive. Be proud of the strength it took to keep going. Be honest. If you discovered your male driver was actually a woman who had been hiding her identity for 8 months, would you, A, fire her immediately? She lied. B, be angry but keep her. She did good work. C, respect her courage and promote her. D, call the police. Fraud. Comment A, B, C, or D and explain. My beautiful people, thank you for watching this emotional story. If it touched your heart, please like this video so more people can learn from it. And if you're new here, hit subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Don't miss any of our powerful stories. Before you leave, tell me in the comments, what part of today's story touched you the most? Your comments help the channel grow and bring more stories your way. See you in the next emotional journey.